Monday, April 22nd, and you can almost hear the slight sound of a kid spending points. Let's see, we are going to get to the quiz, but it's not going to be until later in the class period, which is why your iPad should be closed, and you can go ahead and put it away, and we'll get to that here in a moment. We do get to start with iLearn tomorrow, so you get 2.5 hours of first period teacher tomorrow, 2 hours of testing, and then a half hour of actual class. Your fourth period will be normal length, and I am sending out on Remind tonight your schedule, so in case you want to know like the times and class periods and stuff like that. Again, as far as book goes, if you don't have your book in class, it does cost you 3 B points every time you are missing your book, which means if you go a whole week without your book, you get a detention, because 3 times 5 is 15. And then every day you leave your book in my room, but at least your name is in it, I only charge you 1 point, which is a little bit better. As far as camp goes from last week, hopefully it went well enough. I tried putting you into groups, but I definitely enjoyed the first half of the week more than the second half of the week, because then I was stuck with Globetrotters. Being with you guys was fun, but exhausting. Being with the Globetrotters was much more relaxing, but there's a whole bunch of Globetrotters. Other than that, if you are interested in being a camp counselor, it is in 10th grade, so your sophomore year. You can't do it next year, you're still here. You can't do it your freshman year because you have to wait until the year after, and it would be your sophomore year. The only requirements is that you have to have decent grades, like A's, B's, you can have like a C. But if you have a bunch of C's, we can't take you because you're going to miss school for 3 days, and the school doesn't let us take you unless you can prove that you can do work without having to be there. And then you can't have gotten in trouble a lot because, again, you're supposed to be a role model. Yes, I have some special counselors, cough, cough, Reese, but she still is like a straight A student at the school. She's just a very special straight A student at the school. Plus, if your worry is that you could never be a counselor because of 7th grade you, all of your counselors were also 7th grade you. One of the first questions I ask when they come back and interview in February is I go, describe 7th grade you to me. And almost every single one of them will go, oh, that kid was awful. Right now, you are pretty much the worst version of yourself going off of all of my high school kids. 7th grade you is like the low point of your personality, and then it just sort of goes up from there. As of now, you are correct. Right now, you could not be a counselor. High school you, absolutely, because between now and sophomore year, you guys become responsible, normal human beings. And you're more than welcome to come back and be counselors. Oh, and if you did actually watch the video that I had posted from when you guys were gone, when it had like the Zoom, those were actually some of your counselors that were in the background of the Zoom.
Oh yeah, we saw some.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was going through watching, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of neat. I wonder if they're going to recognize some of their counselors there. Hi, Emery.
Hi.
Good conversation. As far as camp went, is there anything you think I should add to my discussions as we get into it to try and help kids out? Hi, Emery.
No, but I have to talk to you about Reese.
Yeah, I do. Me too.
She was not kind.
No,
I know she's not kind.
She's
I never said she was.
She beat me up.
No.
Yeah.
She stared at me while I ate my food at the table.
Yeah, I had a lot of people tell me that she stared at them while they were eating food at the tables because she was trying to prevent food waste.
What?
And apparently realized the entire Globetrotter time, all of their food waste combined equaled one of our meals.
They had 1 pound for like 3 days. No, they had a half a pound.
Yeah, they were responsible. I wonder what that's like.
Ashley said,
What's up?
How come they get sloppy joes and we got?
Yeah.
What?
Because they got sloppy joes and you didn't.
Those are
I don't
insane.
think she meals.
didn't even cook. The chicken was pink.
Chicken was
The chicken was good, guys. The chicken was
It's like turkey.
Some of the chicken was raw.
It was like not very good.
So much whininess.
Mr. Brovicast, I enjoyed the chicken. It was good.
Thanks, Lucas.
Oh, bro, you should have seen how much Jameson ate. He ate like 7 of them.
Oh, no. Ben ate 3 plates of bacon. Like 38 points.
He thought it was paper. It happens. If you are not aware, my child was one of the counselors at camp. And so it was her best friend Izzy and then her. And so I was posting the pictures of them. just so you can see the progress. That was
Wait,
like,
is that the guy you were talking about that like everyone thought they were dating?
but they're just shadows.
Oh yeah, they look like they were dating.
Yeah.
Bro, my counselors were dating and they
if you go on her like TikTok and Instagram and all of that, you'll see the fact that she actually does have a boyfriend, some tall redheaded kid named Caden.
redhead.
Yes, it's like not red but different. And then this was her progression from 7th grade when she was your age up to this year when she was a counselor. She went through a stage when she hit high school. You can see that is a spiked collar that she is wearing. The reason I can't show her face is because she asked me not to on that year, because she went through a phase where she tried to do the little lines where you like shave them into it, and she made them uneven. So then she tried to even it up, but then they were still uneven, so then she tried to even up the other one, and she ended up shaving off both her eyebrows.
I remember you were telling that.
Yeah, so she started high school looking like a lizard because she had no eyebrows on either one. And she finds it an embarrassing picture. I think it's hilarious because she has dark goth eyeshadow and no eyebrows.
Oh my
going
god!
So-
Oh my gosh! She just said, I don't think your eyebrows grow back.
Yeah, they do. That's why she has eyebrows there and
Does this
there,
grow back?
but
Does
there,
this grow
no
back?
eyebrows.
Does it-
They do. And you can still see there she has her little spikes on. Those are actually baby doll feet that she turned into earrings that she was wearing. And then she became somewhat, well, I mean, nothing related to this is normal, but more normal than whatever that was. So that's the process.
Was she a counselor in 10th grade?
Yeah, she was a counselor last year too.
Period! Whoa! Period's like queen.
So as far as last week goes, apparently there was an issue, some kids accessing the videos. I apologize. It's my video, so it shouldn't have given you any problems.
It
But
said,
it
my
did.
iPad's super old.
I have to go to the
I
bathroom.
have no idea why. But anyway, as far as the reading of it goes, we are going to
That was rude.
about book up through the end of chapter 4 today to try to help you out. If you did watch the 2-3 videos, that's when it had the past counselors that were on there for the whole Zoom link thing. So this was what was on the announcement to try and tell you guys what was going on, sort of walk you through things to help you out. And it had the links on there. When I clicked the links, they work fine. So I have no idea why there was an issue. Yay, technology. So here's what I want to do. Actually, let's back up. How many of you guys have gotten past chapter 4? So you are farther than that. How many of you guys stopped right when you got to the end of chapter 4? How many of you guys have not gotten to the end of chapter 4? How many of you were just holding up your hand the whole time because you're a confused little pumpkin? Good job. Did anyone, and not throwing shade, not read or listen to anything since we last talked? No. So, part of it is, I'm well aware some of you guys are not going to read. I like the book, and there's a lot of fun things that happen in it.
Like
So,
dying?
like dying.
I'm killing.
For some reason, kids dying is a fun thing. So, what I wanted to do was take today to just do a quick review. I would rather go through and talk about it so that you can take the quiz somewhat informed, rather than just throwing you at the quiz and making you take it cold. So this was me trying to sort of help explain things since I was not here on those days. So I'm going to walk you through a little discussion to hopefully try and help you out. So, from where we left off, do you remember what cools are?
Cigarette.
Yeah, well, Sharyar seems really excited about that. The cigarettes that Dally steals. Then they went to the drive-in restaurant, which will pop up again
And then they went to a drive-in movie.
And then they went to the drive-in movie. Who is it they meet at the drive-in movie? Oh, do you remember Cherry's real name?
Cheryl.
Sherry.
Is it Marshall?
I watched the movie
Marcia.
4 times.
Marcia.
Oh,
And then
Marshall.
Sherry, but they call her Cherry because of her red hair. Ooh. Why are Cherry and Marcia without their dates?
because they wanted to get drunk.
Because
they were
they're
drunk.
not they wanted to get drunk.
They got the
The
boyfriend.
boyfriends got drunk and Gager sounded really excited yelling
Big
that.
fight and then.
That's going to lead to our issues in a moment. Ooh. Who
Yo,
was the gas
stop
jockey?
stealing my gum.
Steve.
No.
Soda pop. Oh yeah, soda pop. No.
Dally was.
Yeah.
Soda Pop and Steve were the ones who worked at a gas station. Dally was the one they said was the gas jockey. So you're not far off.
Wait, Dally's the brother, right? The oldest brother.
Remember? Dally has L's.
Is loser.
Oh,
Cody
And
Boy.
B is brother.
Cody Boy and John.
Darby.
R's brother.
Darling.
2 R's.
Dairy, Dally, Dairy, Dally.
And then that's supposed to be Cherry there, although you can't see her red hair. That's supposed to be Marcia.
Johnny.
Pony Boy.
Yeah.
Again, when they talked about them watching a beach bikini movie, these were super popular at the time period. Sort of like our Marvel movies. That's sort of like a superhero costume.
Not really. You mean the lack of costume? Because there is no costume.
Something
There
like
is
that.
no clothes.
And that was 2-Bit, who smiled like the Cheshire Cat when he came in behind him and was scared. So there was, when they were at the movie theater, and there was a scene where 2-Bit and Marcia were talking about like Arabia or Arabian horses. It was a real awkward scene. The reason it felt awkward is what's happening is in that scene, 2-Bit is attempting to show his riz. When you yourself
It sounds like they're joking or whatever or something, and then it sounds like really awkward.
and that's the problem. When you guys are rizzing someone up, it sounds like it, to you, it feels like you're really slick. To everyone around you, it's cringy. What you were seeing in the book is Marcia and 2-Bit were like, oh, we're all that. But you guys listening to it, you're like, cringy teenagers. So whenever we have to listen to you guys do flirty flirt riz stuff, all the teachers are like, cringy teen. So you guys got to watch cringy teenager stuff.
Let's go.
But not when you guys do it, when you guys is really cool.
Heater!
What was that?
Peter Griffin!
By the way, what is a heater?
Gun!
Because that's going to play a role later on when one of our characters makes a poor choice.
I thought it was with a knife.
Nope, that's a knife.
A knife and a
Heater just means a gun. Because when you shoot them, they get warm. And you call it a heater.
No, like it says
Or if you carry one.
Oh wait, you mean like earlier in
Fire
the
goes
book?
out when you shoot a bullet into
There you
someone's
go.
skull.
When I was Googling pictures to put in here, I found someone's fan art of Pony Boy and Cherry talking. So that's supposed to be Pony Boy and Cherry talking. That's
Pony
cool.
Boy. Why did they come?
yeah.
I don't know. They did.
Put it down! Put it down!
So, when we get the backstory on Johnny, what happened to Johnny a few months ago?
He got jumped.
He got jumped.
got jumped by the
mustache.
They were like, pop, pop, pop.
What was the telltale sign about the person who jumped him?
The ring. The ring. Oh yeah, it scratched up his face.
And so the fact that he had a whole bunch of rings when he
Oh wait, they saw him.
We're not there, hang on, we're not there yet. We're gonna get there in a moment. And what is it Johnny carries now to prevent?
A knife.
And that's when he says,
Why are
"No
you
one's
so
ever gonna
excited
jump
about
me again over my dead body." And he carries the knife with him.
He does
Gotta
get
there. I know you're excited too. And then just to show you now that we're getting a little bit farther into it, I figured I'd show you.
Didn't you say something more like a movie star or something?
Please don't switch
What
it.
was?
A star, like a movie star. or
Me too,
something.
twin.
All of them became big movie stars in different ways.
Hey, can you move your head?
Wow.
Can I take a picture? Why are you saying my name? I said
Bring it back. I'll send it to you. Or you can just Google it.
Dad, can you send that to me?
Yeah, can you send it to me?
I'll send it to the group chat.
What group chat?
Oh, what group chat?
Oh, what?
So
The volleyball group chat.
when they are all leaving the movie theater and walking away, you have 2-Bit, Johnny, and Pony Boy with the 2 girls walking home, and they mention the fact that the Soch boys pull up in the car, and they talk. Oh, before that, sorry, they talk about the fact that the girls are enjoying listening to the Beatles.
They realize how similar they are because they both
they're
think the same about the Beatles.
Who is it the Greasers listen to?
Elvis.
Do you see his hair?
Oh.
So, when they talk about them being called the Greasers, it's because this is how they're wearing their hair. So when they say they're greasers, it's just the fact that they would put, like, for you guys nowadays, it would be like hair gel. The Soches are wearing their hair more like this, where it's like how a lot of boys are wearing it now, where it's just sort of floppy and down. Whereas the greasers were putting hair gel in it and like doing it styled. So that's why they were called greasers, because they were sort of styling.
That's so not
Ooh,
What the heck?
who do they talk about having a horse?
Cherry.
Remember the horse's name?
Wait, Cherry.
Mickey Mouse.
Like horseback riding.
yeah. My
And so
hands hurt.
Mickey Mouse, and it was Soda's horse.
Oh,
Mickey got sold.
Who's in the blue Mustang?
The horses, whatever, they pull up and they're like, hey guys, all drunk or whatever.
They're like, you try to get my girl, son.
Not bad. When they talk about the Socs having Beatles haircuts, it just means what you guys have now. Essentially what Nathan has looking over in this direction, what Ian has, what Lucas, like almost all of you guys have.
No. What is it?
Have you guys seen the flat top haircuts where it's like a buzz and it looks like it's flat?
Like that one dude from that one show.
Oh, with the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
So that's what used to be popular, and here is when hair was slowly starting to change, and they were wearing hair like that. And they say the Beatles haircut. When the Socs get out of the car to confront them walking home, what is it that Johnny realizes about one of the Socs?
They had rings on because it's the dude that jumped and he went poo poo poo.
And that was the guy that jumped him. Was
He smashed the
Johnny.
bottle.
He was like,
And then
I'm
grabs
not
the
getting
gun, gets the bottle of Pony Boy, and then
Who stops them from having a fight?
Cherry.
And Cherry's like,
Oh, Cherry's like, nah, we
She's like,
gotta
I
go.
don't like fighting.
Let's go.
I hate fighting.
This was when
That's when they fell asleep in the lot, and then they went home, and then there was a big argument, and then he ran away.
that part. So this was after the whole throwdown between the Socs and Greasers. Who is it that falls asleep in the lot?
Johnny Boy.
Johnny and Pony Boy.
And essentially, they just, like any teenager, don't want to go home yet.
They fell asleep.
They don't have sleeping bags like you guys did.
They just slept on the grass.
Yeah, they're just laying down and kicking back.
And they fell asleep, so they were late to curfew. And then when they went back,
Derry got mad.
Derry got mad. He's like, "Do you know what time it
I'm
is?"
sick of
Yeah, and then he got loud.
And then Johnny he got
Hang on, hold that part.
I'm sick of you still.
With this scene, how old is Derry?
20-something now.
22.
Exactly 20.
Hey!
How old is Pony Boy?
14.
What happened to their parents?
Yeah.
So,
In a train crash.
with the, not with the train crash.
That's how it is.
It was a car crash.
That's why it's a movie. Yeah, it's not a train crash. Staring at me doesn't change it. This is where we get to find out which kids read the book and which
No,
kids watch
he
the
was
movie.
flexing about how he watched
I read the book
He
when I
told
was
me
a
to.
kid.
It's tough.
So, with the whole slap thing, what has just happened to Pony Boy the day before?
He got
jumped.
So, this is what's going through Derry's head.
Oh.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is after Pony Boy was supposed to be home. 2 o'clock in the morning? Works for me. 2 o'clock, even later. 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was supposed to have already been home. If Pony Boy got jumped by the Socs and is laying in a ditch, then obviously Derry should call the police to save his brother.
But he can't, because then he would get them taken away from him.
And that becomes the issue. If they didn't get beat up, and instead they're just walking around being teenagers, and he calls the police on his brother gets picked up for being out past curfew, and then where are they going to get sent? To a foster care. So Derry's sitting there at 2 o'clock in the morning do I call the police? Because if I do and he's innocent, he goes to a boys' home. If I don't call the police and he's laying in a ditch, he's going to die. Which one am I supposed to do? I'm only 20 years old. This is way too much. And then all of a sudden at 2 a.m., your 14-year-old brother is like,
No, he tries to be quiet.
and tries to walk in and be all
Yeah, but
slick.
then Derry's like, hey,
and Soda Pop,
reading
Soda
or
Pop
whatever.
is sleeping on the couch. And Derry is reading his book, and he goes, "Do you know what time it is?" And then Soda Pop wakes up, and he's like, "Oh, hey, where you been?" And then he's like, "You've been making me worry sick." And then he goes, "Blah." And
As
then they ran away.
some of you guys learned last week with your high school counselors, dealing with teenagers is not easy. Sometimes it just makes you want to haul off and hug a kid. And so that becomes the issue, is that Derry tries to hug him and only gets halfway through.
Audrina is a. I got hit with the stick.
Cameron?
Is this Audrina's book? Like, I mean, I know it's her book, but like, is it just hers?
I don't know.
Because
She's in her band, so it's her old book.
She's like kind of
she highlighted.
she highlighted
Soda is handsomer than anyone else I know, and then she said Sarah
Of course, Audrina
Soda
Brady.
Fascinating.
Wait, what? She highlighted Soda is handsomer than anyone I know, and then wrote down Jeremiah from the Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh my God!
Wait, no, this can't be her because she doesn't do swimming. Does she do swimming?
No, Audrina. What did you
Yeah,
say?
it says me when
Okay, guys, can we stop for
Ew, I hate that.
Anyway,
In chapter 4,
It's Emily.
this is when they then run away.
They run away, and then they need Dally's help, so they go to his party.
Not yet.
No, that's after
Johnny
that's
killed
after
the
the
dog.
socials were like, hey guys, and then he got stabbed.
When they talk about the water fountain, they don't
Yeah.
mean the ones in our hallway, but they're talking about this
Oh wait,
kind
he
of
could
water
drown
fountain.
before he gets.
Who is it that Ponyboy and Johnny run into? Specifically, which socias?
There's like five of them.
And so this becomes our issue, where what is it the socias have been doing?
They want to. No, they were drinking or. Yeah,
They were
drinking.
So
And then when
apparently
they
they're.
jump in,
Don't
there's only two of them, so they can't take them.
They're
Now-
silly guys.
Yeah, so then
What
Ponyboy
is
gets
it the socias offer to do?
They offer to. Oh, they
cut off his hair.
Give him a haircut, but
But
apparently
with a switch.
you should
or wait,
never drink and then give someone a haircut, because before you cut someone's hair, what do you have to do first?
You gotta get it wet. They
You
gotta
have to-
shower.
There you go. And they try to give Ponyboy a little splash to
drown
try and help him out, and apparently they're so bad at hair washing they start to drown him. And here's the issue.
And then Johnny like.
Bob is over here, and Bob is doing this part. This is a guy named Dave in the book, because Bob says, Dave, go take care of Johnny. So you have Dave over here, and we have Johnny. What do we know Johnny carries with him?
A knife, and then he gets mad. He's like, you ain't got my friends, and then he gets stabbed, and then they ran away.
So here's where our issue comes in. If this is Bob over here, and is doing, sorry, this is, yeah. And then Bob, sorry, I backed it up. Bob is over here. This is the one standing next to Johnny. This is Dave over here, who is drowning Ponyboy at the moment. Use your imagination. Let's say that young Ryan is trying to drown poor Lucas in the water. If Supercorn wants to save him, who should Supercorn stab?
Ryan.
Should stab Ryan. The problem is, that's not who Supercorn stabs. Supercorn goes, Lucas, I'll save you. Stab, stab, stab. And starts stabbing Char. You're going, do you feel saved yet? Because it turns out he's not stabbing the person doing the drowning. He stabs Bob.
That's because they get scared,
So
and
then
then
he
they
can
ran
go and
off.
save him.
Why does he pick Bob to stab?
Because they
Because he knew Bob was.
Yeah.
Because Bob was the one who.
He's the leader.
So that means it's not self-defense. What does it become? Now it's revenge.
That's for
If he had stabbed this guy, I agree, self-defense. By stabbing this guy, that's when it gets a little bit iffy.
Wait, that's first degree murder, right?
Well,
Because he
yeah,
stabbed him.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Ooh.
So what's
Now-
second degree?
At this
Wait,
point,
you like.
second degree is when it's by accident. Like you had a knife and someone fell on it, that'd be second degree. First degree is when you're like, I took this knife and I stabbed
Is
you.
it third degree when you tell someone to do it, like a hitman?
I'm not real up on my murder, sorry.
No, I think it's first degree that
It's
it's on
okay.
accident.
At this point, when Ponyboy wakes up, he is still completely innocent. He then realizes he's alive. But do you remember what the first thing Johnny says to him is?
Please.
I killed that boy. As soon as Johnny admits it and goes, I killed him with this knife. I stabbed him. He's dead because of me. That is Johnny admitting to a crime. As soon as that happens, Ponyboy has to turn him in. If Ponyboy does not turn him in,
He's a partner in the crime,
he
and
is
he
now a part
He's
of
an
the crime.
accomplice.
Does he turn him in?
No.
He ain't no snitch.
They
He's
both-
not turning him in.
Then Grayson
And they
got
go
stolen.
to like
That's
10
what
minutes
he
to
does.
do this.
So as soon as he does not turn him in,
Yeah, Dally.
he is now an accomplice to the crime.
And then they run away together. They get a.
And that's when they run away together.
And then to the old church.
Well,
they
first
like.
they went to
they
go
go
get
to the old
them.
church.
Oh, those
This
are
is
ours.
the jacket that they're talking about when they're talking about the punk. So at the very end of it, when they find Dally
really
before
is
they
ain't
take
it?
off, they mention the fact that one of the greasers is listening to what they call hillbilly music. Is Hank Williams.
That's
If
good.
you have Spotify and you would like to entertain yourself, you can type in Hank Williams. Now, not Hank Williams Jr., his son. He does country pop. Hank Williams sings like twangy country. Like, one day my dog died and my feet hurt. I don't know. But you can type it into your Spotify and listen to Hank Williams. And it's like
Pitch my
painful.
truck.
You've listened to it. So it gives you the same like, I'm just kidding.
That's the first country song that came to mind.
So, with your quiz, do you have any questions? I think I tried to catch you guys up to everything that happened.
No.
So, I took up a lot of class because I wanted to help you more than just throw you into the quiz. If you read, the quiz is fast. It's literally like a 5 to 10 minute quiz. If you did not read, I will give you till tonight to turn it in.
So, we get full credit still?
And you still get full credit. I would rather be nice to you for this first one rather than be mean to you. So I will give you a chance. If you took it, the average grade on kids taking it in class has been like an 85 to a 90. Because I think most kids who read it are taking it now. If you've not read it, then you can take it if you want, or you can wait till later.
Wait, so if we do our second attempt,
You get both attempts. As long as they are turned in by tonight, you're good.
full credit?
Uh-huh.
How many do I get?
2, it does not tell you which questions you missed, just so you are aware.
If I don't finish it in class, do I have till 11?
Those of you who leave with Mr. Shelley, you are welcome to go with Mr. Shelley. Those of you staying here, hopefully you'll have enough time. I mean, most of my kids have gotten it done, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. And then, Lucas, I'm going to have you scoot back to your desk. Yeah.